𝗿𝗲𝗰𝗵. We are going to discuss a situation related to team collaboration in this video and how the team collaboration can be helpful in problem solving during the sprint and the release execution. Let me read out the scenario first, and then we are going to discuss about it in detail. During an iteration, a developer observes that a technical requirement misaligns with the business intent. What should the project manager do? A, update the risk register. B, take the matter to the product owner. C, discuss it during the daily coordination meeting. And D, discuss with the team in the next iteration retrospective. It's a small scenario, but a very powerful one, I would say. So what's the context over here? The context is that during a sprint execution, a developer, and you can map it like just a team member, observes that a technical requirement, like any technical requirement, it could be related to any subject matter or domain expertise related thing. It could be related to engineering, it could be related to coding, it could be related to quality, it could be related to documentation, could be related to architecture, anything, any technical requirement. Right? It misaligns with the business intent. Business intent means the user story or the end user requirement or the product perspective or the business perspective. Right? So what should the project manager do in this situation along with the team? First of all, we need to understand that how this breakdown occurs in an agile project. Like, how do we really document any technical requirement, and how do we document the business requirements in a product backlog and the release backlog, and accordingly in the sprint backlog. See, we do have this structure of epic broken down in features, broken down in user stories, and user stories broken down in tasks. And the task level actually is a technical level. So task level is that, very technical or domain expertise related aspect to fulfill the user requirements and user stories, eventually integrated into features, and then accordingly fulfilling the epic requirements. Right? I'm not really going in the details of what is epic and how it is different in feature, user story, and task, but I'm assuming that you already know this, and you also understand that why it is necessary to break down the user stories into tasks, because user story is an end user perspective, and end user doesn't know about any of the technicalities related to the fulfillment of his requirement, but the domain experts do. So this is exactly how the user stories are different than tasks. Now, technical requirement is definitely one or more of the tasks to fulfill a requirement of one or more user stories, or maybe of a feature, which actually is an alignment to the business intent, which is being talked about over here. Now, if this is the situation, then what do the project manager do? Let's check the option choices one by one. A, update the risk register. Yes, this is kind of a risk. So updating the risk register is not harmful. I mean, you can update the risk register one way or the other. You are going to document it as a risk, and accordingly the sprint backlog and if there is any risk list or risk register available, which is not usually the case, or not an expectation in agile projects, but if any such artifact occurs, if any such artifact it's available, it's present, then you can update it. However, this is not going to solve the problem. We need to solve the problem as well, right? We need to respond to this risk over here, not only knowing that it's a risk. So A, although not wrong, but it's not going to be the best answer. So we are going to disqualify it from the list. B, take the matter to the product owner. So when I posted this question on our regular Wednesday poll, most of the people were inclined towards option B. Around 50% was of opinion that B is the right thing to do. in this case. I again do not disagree with it. However, based on my explanation, that technical requirement first has to discuss with the team, because probably it's just one member or one developer which is not understanding it the right way. But if he discusses the matter with other members, and you know that agile teams who follows the iteration based model, they meet every other day, right? So although eventually, if like as a group, the collectively the team is unable to solve this matter or this misalignment, then eventually the matter is going to be discussed with product owner, but not as a first step, or not as the best thing to do in this situation. So the right thing to do is for this developer is to discuss the matter with other developers, and maybe some other experts as well. I would say T-shaped experts, maybe not really a developer, but someone who has insight about this very matter or this type of subject matter expertise. You can talk to them, because this is exactly the reason why we have generalized specialists in agile teams, right? Who probably are not really at the core of this this very technical aspect, but maybe they know better than the core experts. So before taking the matter to the product owner, because product owner is going to exactly ask you the same thing, that Mr. Developer, did you get a chance to have a word with other mates in the group or with the other SMEs in the group? And if yes, what did they say? So the product owner will also ask you about the same, that is it only your opinion or is it the group's opinion? By group, I mean the development team. And you need to have an answer to this. So B, although not wrong, but it's not the best thing to do, it's not the right thing to do in this situation. The best thing to do is to have a discussion with your peers in the next coordination meeting, which is going to happen maybe the same day or the very next day. Just discuss this matter. And we know that there is a meeting with the name daily stand-up or daily scrum. Maybe not in detail, this matter is going to be discussed, but at least it's a developer's responsibility to bring this matter in everyone's notice, and maybe later on with the right people, he can have an async conversation to converge to a mutual agreement. And if they all of them are not able to get to a point, then yes, C followed by B is going to be the right thing to do. And maybe B is not needed at all if with his other developers and peers in the development team, he is able to sort out the matter, because this is quite a possibility that he misunderstands some aspect, or he is missing out on some important element which the other developers and the other experts are able to sort out or bring his in his knowledge, and they together can collaborate and solve the matter. This is exactly the reason why this topic is related to collaboration, that collaboration matters. Working in silos is not expected in agile teams. Right? And why we have generalized specialists in agile teams for the same reason, that if one person is not able to sort out a matter, then he can take that matter to other person in the group, and most likely he is able to solve the matter or to help him out. Right? So C is the best thing to do between B and C. Let's check option D as well. Discuss with the team in the next iteration retrospective. This is clearly not the right thing to do, because this is going to be reactive. Why would the developer want to sit on this matter for the complete sprint and then have this discussion in the retrospective? This is going to, of course, compromise on the velocity goals as well. And this is not the proactive approach. Agile is all about proactiveness. If a matter can easily be solved in a proactive manner, why would the team want to be reactive about it? So maybe in the retrospective, this matter can be brought up again by in a different way, like why it occurred, why it was not discussed in the planning meeting, why it was not documented. This kind of conversation may happen, but at least the solution must have been discussed with the team and must have been sorted out during the sprint, ideally, right? So C is the right thing to do. C is the best thing to do in this situation. And if C doesn't solve the problem, then maybe in the same sprint, the team can take that matter to the product owner because it misaligns with the business intent. And if really misaligns with the business intent, then it's only the product owner who can answer the business related perspective. But first, this clarity is needed that if it is a misalignment or if it is a misunderstanding by the developer. So I hope you like those explanations. C is the correct answer. Please do not forget to like this video. Please do not forget to subscribe our channel. I will be back very soon with a new PMP scenario. Till then, take care. Goodbye.